From London, we present a play for radio by Pauline Macaulay. Sunday is the 7th day.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know if the last bus has gone?
Well, if I thought so, I wouldn't be here.
No. It might have gone a few minutes early. They do sometimes. Well, they're not supposed to.
This is rather a bad route.
Well, my father wrote to the company once. They sent a letter back.
I'm sure they did.
Well, my father kept it. He said it was a typical example of a public assification. I think that's what he said.
Ah, well.
It's cold, isn't it?
Very, yes.
Perhaps it's broken down.
Oh, dear.
Well, the trouble is they won't believe it.
Who won't believe what?
Well, they won't believe it at home. I've discovered they never believe it when it's true, only when it's not true. It's no wonder people turn into liars, is it?
No, I suppose it isn't. I think I'm going to wait in the shelter. Perhaps you wouldn't mind calling me when you see the bus coming.
Yes, sir.
Don't take the bus, mister.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, it's a cold night. I could do with a cup of tea.
I'm sorry, I've no change.
No, don't matter. Someone will come along to take pity on a poor sinner.
I'm awfully sorry. I've only got enough change for the bus.
Don't take the bus, mister. Listen to an old gypsy.
What did you say about the bus?
It means danger for you, that bus.
What do you mean?
It's a gypsy's warning, mister, that's all. Tell your fortune, mister, for half a guinea. Past, present and future.
No, thank you.
5 shillings. I'm a real gypsy, mister. It'll be the truth, I tell you.
I'd like to know what you meant by telling me not to take the bus. All right. Here.
Thanks, mister. And now give me your hand.
Mm-hmm.
No, the left one. That's how to tell a real gypsy. A real gypsy only leads the left hand. Holy Mary, Mother of God. Here, take it back, mister.
What for? You're supposed to be reading my hand.
My eyes aren't what they were, not what they were at all.
Hey, where are you going?
Yes, along the road.
Why did you give me my money back?
I don't want to take it, mister.
Look, you saw something in my hand. Will you please tell me what it was?
It was bad, very bad. Now, let me go, mister, please. I have to be going.
Look at my hand again.
He'll be dead before the 7th day of the week begins.
Nonsense.
It's written in your hand.
Well, what was all that about the bus?
It could be dangerous for you.
Am I going to be killed by a bus, then?
I can see an accident.
What kind of
I
accident?
can't tell you that.
Anyway, what it amounts to is this, according to what you see in my hand. Now, tomorrow, by midnight on Saturday, I shall be dead.
I'm sorry, mister.
And so am I.
I didn't want to tell you, mister.
Sir, the bus. It's coming, sir. Where are you going, sir? The bus. The bus.
Come along now.
Isabella? Gosh, it's late. They must have gone to bed. Now, the fire's gone out. What's that? Oh, no. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Nothing. I just...
Creeping about like that in the middle of the night? What are you supposed to be doing? I don't like this creeping around the house. You're always doing it.
I'm sorry, Father. I didn't mean to give you a fright.
You didn't give me a fright. I just don't like this creeping about. It's sly.
Mother says, do you want her to get up and make you an omelette?
No, I don't want anything.
Okay. Did you miss the last bus?
Yes.
We thought you must have done. What did you do?
I walked.
Gosh, how long did it take you?
Too long.
Aren't you hungry?
No, I don't want anything. I keep telling you.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Back to bed.
Look, Sit down for a minute.
Really? Can I?
Yes. I saw a boy from your school at the bus stop.
How'd you know he was from my school?
By his cap.
Well, which form was he in?
I don't know.
Well, didn't you ask him?
No.
What did he look like?
I don't remember.
Oh, well.
He was about your age, maybe a bit younger.
Well, that's not much help. Father, what was he doing at the bus stop if the last bus had gone?
What do you mean?
Well, you said that he
Yes,
was...
I know what I said. He must have missed it too, naturally.
Didn't you tell him it had gone?
No, I didn't, and I'd be obliged to stop asking questions. I am tired.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Robin. I didn't mean to bite your head off. I've something on my mind.
Is it another woman?
What did you say?
Nothing. I just wondered.
Just wondered what?
Another woman.
Is that what you think?
I don't know.
I see. You know, I think it's an extraordinary remark for a boy of 14 to make to his father. Is it another woman? You could get a good thrashing for a remark like that.
Yes.
What would you say if I said yes every Friday?
Well, I suppose it'd be all right as long as Mother didn't find out. I mean, man is weak and all that.
Thank you very much. What do you know about women anyway?
Oh, not much. One of the maids at school tried to seduce me.
Oh, I hope it was an interesting experience.
Oh, I couldn't. I had a rugger match. I passed her on to Hammer Jones.
Really? How nice for Hammer Jones.
He was rather pleased, actually.
Is that what you think about when you're alone? Women?
No. Death, mostly.
Huh? A boy of 14 thinks about death?
Yes. Well, you see, I had this feeling quite often that it's behind me, very close, and I have to go terribly fast to do everything I want to before it catches me up. Well, I suppose it's death.
Yes, I suppose it is. I used to have the same feeling once, as if living was running a race with someone behind you all the way, breathing on the back of your neck. It's not the same now. Somewhere along the way he passed me. He's not behind me anymore. I'm still running, but he's waiting in front.
Grinning.
Grinning? Yes, probably. It's amazing, Robin. I've lived with you for 14 years, and I don't know you at all.
I don't know you, Father.
Would you like a whiskey?
Could I? Could I really?
Yeah. No, you better not tell your mother.
Have I got to get a glass?
No. Drink it from the bottle.
Oh, that's what we do at school. Hammer Jones pinches miniatures from his father's off-licence. He makes us pay for them.
Oh, how much do you get through a day?
Oh, not every day. Only occasionally. It's too expensive.
Oh, let us be thankful for small mercies. Is that today's paper you're sitting on?
Yes.
Pass it over.
You read it at breakfast, didn't you?
Pass it over.
Do you want me to go to bed?
Not unless you want to.
Oh, no, I don't. What are you looking for?
No, nothing. I'm just glancing at the horoscope thing.
Oh, do you look at that? What's mine?
Taurus? It says, a red letter day for Taurus subjects. Materially and socially there will be outstanding gains.
Some chance.
Oh, yeah. Put this in your pocket.
Gosh, thanks. Father, what's yours? You're Sagittarius, aren't you?
Oh, it's rather silly.
Well, mine was silly, but it came true. I've gained socially by staying up with you, drinking whiskey, and I've gained materially because you gave me a 10-shilling note. Sagittarius. Now is the time for putting your financial affairs in order. Tidy up loose ends before it is too late. Well, that's all right, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Are you worried about money, Father?
One is always worried about money.
Yes, I know what you mean.
What would you do if I had to stop work?
I don't know. Are you going to?
Answer the question. What would you do?
Well, I'm going to Oxford.
Well, supposing there wasn't enough money.
Well, I suppose I'd have to take a job.
What job?
I don't know. Anything.
You'd look after your mother.
Yes, of course I would.
She's used to having rather a comfortable life.
Yes. Are you going to stop work, Father?
One must be prepared in life for any eventuality, don't you think so?
Yes. What are you doing?
I'm altering the calendar.
Oh, gosh. Doesn't feel like tomorrow.
Does the week end on Saturday or Sunday?
Don't you know, Father? Sunday is the 7th day.
Yes. Well, you'd better go to bed now. It's really late.
Oh, all right. It's funny, I didn't go to bed on Friday at all, but on Saturday. Funny.
Go on.
Okay. Well, thank you for giving me the whiskey and the money. Aren't you coming up?
No, I'm... Go to bed now and sleep well.
Yes, Father. Good night.
Oh, damn.
Oh, really, Charles? You make more noise trying to be quiet.
I'm sorry I woke you.
You didn't.
Well, I'm sorry I made a noise.
Hardly worth going to bed, really, is it?
Oh, don't be silly.
How's the meeting?
All right. Here. Move on.
Well, as Robin didn't come back to say he wanted anything, I presumed you'd had dinner. Did you go somewhere nice?
I didn't go anywhere. The reason I was late, I missed the last bus and had to walk. It took an hour and a half.
Oh, yes.
You know, I was talking to a boy at the bus stop, and he said, they won't believe me at home if I say I missed the last bus. They only believe me when I tell lies. There's something in what he says. You don't believe I walked home, and I did.
I didn't say I didn't believe you.
Well, you implied it.
What was the boy doing at the bus stop if the last bus had gone?
Huh? Well, I suppose it's conceivable he didn't know he'd missed it.
That's a contradiction of what you've just said. The more you go on, the worse it gets.
Yes, I'm beginning to realise it.
Oh, let's go to sleep, shall we?
Isabella,
Hmm?
would you hold this kind of conversation with me if this was our last night on Earth?
Probably.
Well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't hold that kind of conversation. I would tell you how very deeply I loved you. I would hold you in my arms. I'd kiss you and caress you.
Why wait for the last night on Earth?
Isabella, I don't want to wait. That's what I mean. I want to behave now as if it were the last night.
Well, if it is, it's too late. Anyway, what about Robin? Is he to be left out of the whole thing, or isn't he going to be blown to bits?
Who said anything about being blown to bits? Why do you say that?
Well, naturally, I thought you were talking about the bomb again.
The bomb? I never said anything about the bomb.
Well, all that talk about the last night on Earth, what else was I supposed to think you meant?
Well, just a plain, ordinary departure of this life, that's all.
Oh.
Of course, it's rather dull. I mean, not as exciting as having one's body exploded into a million little pieces. Is it? Isabella, I want you to listen to something I have to say. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you the truth. You are quite right. I didn't miss the last bus.
What I said?
No, I actually let it... I saw it coming and I let it go by. What I said about walking home was true, but what wasn't true was that I missed the bus. I just didn't get on it. I'll tell you what. Sitting in the public shelter near the bus stop was an old woman, a gypsy. She wanted to read my hand. I don't know why, but I let her. You know I don't believe in that sort of thing. Anyway, she gave a sort of shriek, dropped it, and said I would be dead before the last day of the week in an accident. So that's why I didn't take the bus. Ridiculous, isn't it? Isabella. Oh, she's asleep. Oh, it's too much. Isabella, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. It's all so stupid, but it's preying on my mind. Oh.
Do you want some more toast making, Robin?
No, thanks. I'll eat Father's if he doesn't want it.
Your father seems to be very absorbed by the paper this morning.
What's the horoscopes?
Horoscopes?
You don't want to read that rubbish?
Well, last night you were...
Yes, well, that was last night.
Are we going tomorrow, Mother?
Oh, yes. Henry rang yesterday evening, Charles, when you were out. He's invited us to a motor rally at Fairfield Park.
Oh, really? Well, you and Robin can go. I've got an awful lot of work to catch up on.
Work? On Sunday? What work?
Oh, letters, a few things hanging about.
It must be important.
Anyway, I don't like Henry's driving. It's dangerous.
Oh, well, I don't know what Marjorie would say if she heard you say
There's
that.
a menace on the road.
When are you getting our car back, Father?
A couple of days. As a matter of fact, I'm toying with the idea of selling it.
What?
It's all right, dear. It's just your father's idea of a joke.
No, it isn't.
Father, aren't you going to the office?
No, I don't think so.
I thought you said you had to look in this morning.
Yes, well, I changed my mind. It's far too late anyway.
Father, if you're not going, could we play golf?
No, I don't feel like hitting a ball about this morning.
Hitting a ball about? Oh,
It's amazing how many people are killed by golf balls.
Robin, will you go, dear?
Oh, okay.
I wonder who it is.
Mother, there's a man who says he's come to check the wiring.
The what?
The wiring.
What wiring? Must have come to the wrong house.
Well, he says it's here. He's got it written down.
Oh, all right. I'll come and see him. It must be a mistake.
I sent for him, actually.
For an electrician? When?
This morning, before breakfast.
Whatever for?
I think one should have the wiring checked from time to time. I got a bit of a shock from one of the plugs.
Where?
The bathroom. My electric razor. Anyway, you really ought to check the whole house.
All right. I suppose he might as well, now he's here.
Father, can I have an apple?
You just had breakfast.
I wish you played, Father, you are reading the horoscopes. What's mine?
Oh, here you are.
And provided you are not overspending, this will be an agreeable period. Make allowances for other people. Now, what's yours? A dubious time financially. Your immediate future occupies much of your attention now. Oh, poor father.
Yes, poor father.
Well, it isn't really true, is it? Don't you think they make it all up?
I don't know.
Oh, I think they do, actually. After all, whatever they put, it doesn't really matter. The chances are it will apply to somebody.
Yes. I was very interested in what you were saying about death last night. Is that really how you feel?
What did I say?
Or don't you remember?
Not exactly.
Well, you were saying you felt as if life was running a race with death running behind.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose I do think like that sometimes.
But not now.
Well, no, I don't seem to think about death in the morning.
No, I don't suppose many people do. I suppose you don't think about girls either, huh?
Not in the morning.
Tell me, Robin, do you think you come from a good marriage?
Well, compared with some of the parents of the chaps at school, yes.
Yeah, I've no doubt that some of them are grim indeed, but I was asking what you thought about your mother and me.
Well, it's hard to say, really.
That's hardly ecstatic, is it? I love your mother very deeply. I believe she loves me. But all that seems to have got smothered under a great pile of trivialities, mundane things, commonplace conversation, everyday questions and answers. It never used to be like that. Somehow it just snowballs up on you, and before you know it, where you are, you've gone under. Do you understand what I mean?
I think so.
Perhaps it's something to do with conversation. The compulsion to speak about all the unimportant things and seeing it all every day and getting older, being tired. It really does require an enormous amount of time and energy to love anybody other than oneself. Marriage. It's a ridiculous arrangement. It's like trying to stick two different pieces of china together to make one piece. There's always a little space. When you try to begin all over again, you can't get them apart. However, in spite of what I've just said, I wouldn't be without your mother for anything in the world. I cannot conceive of life without her. I only wish I could have made her happier. I love her very much. Robin, if anything should ever happen to me, I would like you to tell her that.
Yes, of course I will. But why should something happen to you, Father?
Well, accidents happen to people all the time. I mean, thousands of people are electrocuted in their homes every year. I mean, gas mains blow up, roofs fall in. You've only got to cross the road.
Oh, Father, do you feel ill?
Huh? No. I'm just it's a bit of a hangover.
Oh.
Matter of fact, Robin, I do feel ill, but not quite in the way you think. You see, I'd like to tell you about it. I had a rather unnerving experience last night at the bus stop. I had my hand read by an old gypsy. I mean, it's ridiculous, really, but I felt sorry for her. Anyway, she said something rather unpleasant. She said that before the 7th day of the week, I would be dead. Which rubbish, of course. But, I mean, how could she possibly know? But what I can't understand is, why should she make it up? She couldn't hope to gain anything. Robin?
Morning.
What? Oh. Good morning.
Bathroom's all right. I'll just check the wires in here, if I may.
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
It's a nasty day.
Yes. No, not very nice.
Charles? Charles, have you gone quite mad? When I went outside just now, there were 2 men on the roof. And when I asked them what they were doing, they said you called them to check the slates. Whatever for?
I thought it was a good idea.
There's nothing wrong with the roof.
Have you been up there?
Well, of course not.
Then how do you know?
Really? I'm just going to post a letter to Mother.
Where's Robin?
He went out to clean his bicycle.
Would you,
Oh, it's very nice of you.
soda or water?
I'd like a splash of soda.
Enough?
Oh, yes, that's fine. Thanks very much. Good luck.
Cheers.
I like a bit of a snifter in the morning.
Yes.
Well, your wiring seems to be all right. You don't seem to have no bother there. You're quite right to have it checked, though. Always pays to have things looked at. If everybody did that, a lot of people's lives would be saved. You've got a nice house.
Yes, it's very, very nice. Oh, would you like to sit down?
Oh, no, it's all right.
No, sit down.
Oh, thanks.
Do you have another job to go to?
Well, not exactly. We're supposed to report back, you see, if we don't find nothing wrong, but they've got to allow you a certain amount of time, see, in case you have to start working on something. So it's all right for a bit.
You heard what I was saying when you came into the room just now, didn't you?
Yes. Well, I caught a bit of it. I wasn't meaning to listen.
What did you think about it?
Well, it was about death, wasn't it? Something about not seeing the week out.
Yes. Now, look, this old gypsy read my hand and told me that I'll be dead before the 7th day of the week.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, it's not very pleasant. What do you think about it? Do you believe in that sort of thing?
Well, I don't know. My mother does. She believes in it implicit. She got an old woman she's been going to for years. Lives in a little cottage, never goes out. Never been outside it for 79 years. That's what they say. She's supposed to be very good. A lot of people go to her round our way.
Yeah, well, this one was outside. I met her in a bus shelter.
Oh, probably one of those on the road. A real gypsy. They can cheat you, though. You don't believe it, do you?
Would you?
No. You don't want to think about it.
Well, I'm trying not to, but I don't seem to think of anything else. What I didn't tell you was, she said I would die in an accident.
Oh. Look, I think the best thing you can do is to try and forget all about it.
It's preying on my mind.
Yes, of course it is. I can understand that. Well, I better be on my way.
Oh, no, look, don't dash off. Have another drink.
Well, I could stay for a few more minutes.
Oh, thank you very much. Let me give you another drink.
Oh, so. You know, I think life's a wonderful thing. I don't like to think of anything dying, you know, not even animals. Some people are very casual about death. I was with a couple the other day in the country, and this chap's wife was driving. Only about 40 miles an hour she was going. Anyway, a cat was crossing the road, so she slowed down to let it get across, you see. And her husband turned round on her, didn't I? Give her a mouthful. Never slow down for a cat, he said. Went on and on about it. He said slowing down for a cat caused more accidents than... Well, I sympathised with her. She just couldn't run over it, and that was that. I knew how she felt.
What about people?
Oh, yeah, people as well.
Tell me something. If this gypsy, or whatever she was, had said to you what she said to me, how would you feel?
Oh, it's hard to say, you know, second-hand, isn't it? But I can tell you I wouldn't fancy having that thought in my head. Anyway, it's...
Yes?
Well, I was going to say it's... Well, if nothing happens by tomorrow, you'll know it's a load of rubbish. I mean, it's Sunday tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes. Sunday is the 7th day.
What I mean is, it would be worse if she told you that on a Monday, wouldn't it?
It would indeed.
I mean, you've had the whole week to go through them, wouldn't you?
Yes, look, let's have another drink.
Father, have you...
My son.
Oh, we met at the door, didn't we?
Yes. Father, can I have an apple? There's an ambulance down the road.
What? Where?
Well, it's probably come for old Mrs. Parsons. She's just about to kick the bucket.
What are you all looking at?
Mother, have you seen my bicycle pump?
In the cupboard under the stairs. What's that?
Isabella, did you see an ambulance when you came up the road just now?
Well, I didn't. Should I have?
I better be getting along.
Oh, don't rush off.
Yeah, I better be going. Thanks very much for the, good day.
Goodbye. Robin said he saw an ambulance down the road.
Did he? Perhaps one of those men have fallen off the roof.
That's not very funny. I don't think you ought to make jokes about things like that.
Are you usually so matey with the workman? Perhaps you'd like me to have asked him for lunch.
I can ask a man to have a drink in my own house if I want to.
Oh, yes, of course. If your life with me is so horrible, you've got to get all chummy with electricians and people. I suppose it's your business. Why don't you ask the men from the roof in? We can have a party.
Oh, don't be silly, Isabella. Sit down and have a cigarette.
I don't smoke. I suppose you're drunk.
No, I'm not. I just wasn't thinking. I had something on my mind.
Oh, yes. That's obvious. Anyway, I understand the whole thing now. You're selling the house. That's why the workmen are here. You're selling the house, and then you're going to live with another woman.
Oh, darling, oh, you sweet, silly thing.
Of course you are. Oh, that's why you're having the house checked over. Why else would you do that? It's practically new.
I promise you are quite wrong. It was something else altogether. I tried to tell you about it last night, but you went to sleep on me.
You were talking about the bomb.
I wasn't. I was...
All right. Well, tell me now. Well?
I can't. It seems so silly now.
I see.
No, you don't. You don't at all. It's just that if I tell you now, I know you won't believe me any more than you believe I walked home last night. I don't seem to believe it myself at this moment. It doesn't seem quite real. Oh, it's all gone wrong. I should have told you at the time. I tried to.
Oh, well. That's that, isn't it?
Isabella, it's just that if I told you the whole thing now, you'd only turn round and say, oh, yes, in that way you have. Oh, no, darling, please forget about the whole thing.
What am I supposed to say? First you want to tell me something, and then you don't. You won't confide in me. You shut me out. Now, how am I supposed to feel? You never talk to me.
Isabella, I promise you this. The whole thing was a lot of rubbish. But one day I'll tell you all about it, when the time is right. Do you believe me?
I suppose I have to.
Let me have a drink.
Oh, Charles. What's your trouble? You think everything is solved by a drink.
I don't really, it's just a pleasant form of anesthesia. I'm a coward, Isabella. If I never knew it before, I know it now. Look, have a drink, go on.
All right.
Whiskey?
Yes.
Oh. Dear Isabella, have you been very unhappy with me?
No, Charles, of course not.
But you could have been happy.
Oh, I don't know. Everything was so wonderful once. And yet sometimes I think that life is too long.
Do you? But I thought you hated the thought of death.
Well, yes, I do in a way. But what I mean is, all this talk about life being too short. I think we have too much time. I believe if we all knew exactly when we were going to die, we should all enjoy life so much more.
Oh, no, Isabella, you're completely wrong. It would be a nightmare.
Well, there you are. You never see anything with my eyes.
What are you doing?
Oh, I've got some darning to do. 7 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of yours, and 5 of Robin's.
Oh, well, I'd better do the crossword.
Can I come in?
Huh? Oh. I must have dozed off. What do you mean, can you come in?
I thought that man might still be here.
Oh, no, he went ages ago. Where's your mother?
Getting the lunch, I think. Father, are we going to Fairfield Park tomorrow?
I don't really want to go in Henry's car. I think he's rather a careless driver.
Oh, he's all right. Anyway, couldn't you get ours back today?
Robin, would you be very upset if I sold it?
Oh, gosh, Father, you wouldn't do that.
Do you know how many people are killed on the roads every day?
Yes, but Father, I mean, you don't really mean it, do you? It'd be awful without a car. I mean, everybody has a car.
No, they don't. One of the directors of our firm is quite a rich man. I mean, always walks to work. I think it's rather splendid.
Oh, I think it's awful.
Not at all. I mean, one month. Where are you going?
To see to my bike.
Oh, dear me. What's that? Hey, you! Come here! Come here!
What is it, Dad?
That woman! Where did she go?
What woman?
That woman who was at the window just now.
There wasn't any woman, only me. I'm cleaning my bike.
She's ruddy, well, not going to get away. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What on earth's going on? Where's your father gone to?
He's running down the road.
What for?
Goodness, I don't know.
Well, what was all the shouting about?
Oh, I don't know, Mother. Some woman. What are we having for lunch?
A woman? What woman?
He said he saw a woman's face at the window, but he couldn't have because I was there.
I don't think your father's terribly well, Robin.
No, I don't think so either.
Why do you say that?
Oh, nothing. I just sort of thought he wasn't.
Darling, what's the matter?
Mother, Father is going to sell the car. He just said so. It wasn't a joke this morning.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't serious.
He is, truly. He was on about people being killed on the road. It'd be awful without the car. I mean, what shall I say to the chaps at school? I mean, oh, gosh.
Oh, if I were you, Robin, I'd ignore it. I think your father's just got a bit worried about things. He's tired and run down. Oh, he's back. Now, please don't say anything at all. I'm sure it's the best thing.
All right.
She got away.
Who got away?
The old gypsy.
Charles, what are you talking about?
It's all right. I'm going mad.
Charles, would you mind very much telling me what you're talking about?
I'd go to die, that's all. I tried to tell you, both of you, and you wouldn't listen. Of course, it's not terribly important. I mean, someone dies every second, and I wouldn't mind if only I knew where I was going to, but what goes on there? I mean, probably some kind of nightmare. Anyway, it won't be an accident, I'll see to that. It'll be in my bed.
Your father's got the bomb on the brain.
Darling Isabella, come to bed.
What now? Well, it's only 9:30. Anyway, I promised to go to Marjorie's as soon as Henry arrives.
Darling.
Really, Charles? You think I don't know you've got a bottle of whiskey under the covers?
I don't want to see Henry.
No, darling, you must see him. He's supposed to be very clever.
I don't need a psychiatrist.
Well, I didn't say you did, but a talk with Henry wouldn't do you any harm. Darling, I'm concerned about you. I don't want you to end up with DTs.
Oh.
That's him. I'll go down.
Quack, 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 quack.
Father?
Oh, if you hold your hands up against the wall, you know, like this, in the light, and move the fingers, you can make a duck's mouth, you see? Quack, 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 quack.
Father, I'm going over to Roger's to see the play on TV. He asked me to stay the night. Can I?
No.
Mother says she doesn't mind. Anyway, it's Sunday tomorrow.
Yes, I know that.
Well, can I be late then?
How late?
11-ish?
As long as you're back before midnight.
Oh, yes. Thanks. Is there anything you want, Father?
Thank you, I don't think so.
Oh, if there's anything you want, anything I can do for you at any time, Father.
Thank you, Robin. Do you remember what I asked you this morning about your mother?
Yes, I think so.
What was it?
Well, you said if anything should ever happen to you, I was to tell her that you love her very much and wish you could have made her happier.
Yes, that was it.
Well, don't worry, Father. You'll get better.
Come in.
Oh, here we are.
Hello, Henry.
Evening, Robin. Haven't seen you in quite a while. You're bigger than ever. How's school?
Oh, all right.
Are you making progress, Charles?
No, I don't think so.
Mustn't waste your father's money, you know. It doesn't grow on trees.
No, I know it doesn't.
I must say Philip has been worth every penny. He's doing very well up at Oxford. You intend to go there, don't you?
Yes.
You must work hard, my boy.
Yes. Well, I'll have to go now or I'll be late.
And where are you off to?
Roger Blatchley.
Oh, that boy.
Yes, he's my best friend. Good night, Henry.
Good night, Robin.
Bye, Father.
Goodbye.
Charles, I'm sorry to see you like this.
I don't see anything odd about going to bed early.
Of course not, of course not. I told Marjorie to invite Isabella. I thought it'd be a good idea if we were alone.
Yes, and Isabella can talk the whole thing over with Marjorie. It's a splendid idea.
Quite a nice day today.
I thought it was an awful day. The sky looked like grey cotton wool.
What I mean is it didn't rain.
Oh, no, it didn't rain.
Did you play?
What?
Golf. Did you play?
No, I didn't.
I suppose you had to go into the office?
No, I just didn't play.
Or to take more exercise, Charles.
Yes, Henry. Excellent advice from a man who never walks if he can ride and never stands if he can sit.
I've brought a little medicine for my patient. Only a miniature, but I thought it might do you good.
Thank you. I think that's clever of you.
Huh?
Giving me a whiskey, I think it's very clever. Brilliant psychology.
I'm sorry you're not feeling so well, Charles. Have you been overdoing it?
I don't think so. How about you? All those women patients of yours falling in love with you. You must have a few headaches.
Well, it can be a bit tricky.
Well, you've got too much charm, Henry. That's your trouble. It oozes out of you. But you want to be careful. Only the other day I was reading in the paper. Oh, excuse me a moment, will you? Yes? Yes, it is. Who is that? Oh, good evening. How very nice of you to ring. Oh, I'd like to very much, but I'm in bed. Well, no, I'm afraid I don't feel much like going out. Would you care to come here? Oh, I'd like that very much indeed. As soon as you like. I shall look forward to it. That was one of my best friends.
Oh, do I know him?
No, I don't believe you do.
Is he in your line of business?
No, he's an electrician.
Oh, lives round here?
I don't know where he lives, as a matter of fact. We met rather casually.
Oh. Charles, what we were talking about just now, as a matter of fact, I am a little worried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Henry.
Yes, a lot of worry attached to my job, you know.
Yes, I'm sure there must be.
One of my patients. Well, there's talk of a lawsuit. Of course, it's quite absurd, completely without foundation. But it could damage my position to be mixed up in a court case, you understand, even though I'm perfectly innocent.
I do see what you
I
mean.
mean, the press go to town and that sort of thing, you know. The most innocent things can look so bad in print.
Indeed they can. Have you told Marjorie about your bit of trouble?
No.
Haven't you?
Well, no, I didn't see any point in worrying her about my professional problems. Naturally, you wouldn't
Well,
tell her.
of course not. I take it it's a lady?
Heavens, yes.
Elderly?
Oh, no, quite young.
Oh, well, these things are sent to try one.
I'm very worried, Charles.
Never mind, Henry. At least you're alive.
Hmm?
Do you ever think about dying, Henry?
Well, occasionally, I suppose. But I never think it's a good thing to dwell on depressing subjects.
What would you do if we were told you had a year to live?
I couldn't say.
6 months?
Really, Charles.
1 week? Oh, Henry, I wonder if you mind going down and opening the door.
Certainly.
Oh, what time is it? 10 past 10. 1 hour and 50 minutes to Sunday. Call no man happy until he is dead. Someone said that. In which case, roll on Sunday. Quack, 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 quack. Oh.
Evening.
Good evening. Oh, you got here in splendid time.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was in a pub at the bottom of the road.
Very nice of you to come. Oh, if you haven't already introduced yourselves, this is Henry Clandon.
Oh, how'd you do?
Henry, this is... what a remarkable thing. I've just realised I don't know your name.
George Tate.
No.
I bought a couple of bottles of beer for myself and, this whiskey for you.
Oh, no, really, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, such a big bottle, too.
I thought I'd cheer you up a bit.
Well, most kind. Won't you sit down?
Oh.
Pull a chair up.
Now, look here. I don't think too much whiskey is good for my patient.
Patient? I'm not one of your patients, Henry. It'd take a cleverer man than you to do anything for me.
Beg your pardon?
Much cleverer.
I must say you seem to be in a rather unpleasant frame of mind, Charles.
As a matter of fact, I don't think you could do anything for me at all.
Oh. Did Isabella give you my invitation to Fairfield Park tomorrow?
She did, yes.
Shall I expect you?
I'm afraid I can't possibly make any plans so far ahead.
I see. Very well, Charles. I'll say good night.
Good night, Henry. You can see yourself out, can't you? Well, I must say. Good heavens! What's that?
He's fallen down the stairs. Shall I...
Has he got up?
Yeah.
Then close the door. I'm so glad he's gone.
Don't you like him, then?
Well, I'm supposed to. I mean, I'm supposed to like him, and my wife's supposed to like his wife, but actually I don't like him at all. It's an extraordinary thing. But the only person I've been able to talk to at all about this whole nasty business is you. I tried to tell my wife, she went to sleep. I tried to tell my son, and he walked out of the room, but you took the trouble to find out my telephone number the evening you came round here with a bottle of whiskey. Really, I'm quite overwhelmed.
Oh, that's all right.
Isn't very long to go, is there? According to my watch.
No, not long. Soon be over.
What do you mean, it'll soon be over?
Well, I meant, the waiting.
Let's have a drink. Whiskey?
I'll have a beer myself.
There's a glass on the dressing table, over there.
It's a photo of your daughter?
No, my wife, actually. I haven't a daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. It was taken about 20 years ago.
Very beautiful photo.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you married?
No. I don't seem to hit it off with women somehow.
I'm not sure that I do.
I was engaged once to a girl, but she called it off.
Look, I've got something to tell you. I thought I saw her this morning. The old gypsy.
Blimey.
There's only a fleeting glimpse. She was looking through the downstairs window. I ran after her, but she'd gone.
It's funny she knew where you live.
Yes.
She must have followed you home.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps she wasn't there at all. I make it 10:30. What about you?
1 minute past 10:30.
Well, what do you think I ought to do? Lie here and wait for something to happen? I'm afraid to leave the house.
If you'll excuse me, that's just what I think you ought to do. Leave the house.
I'm a coward.
Well, I don't believe you can run away from death, you know. You might just as well go out and face it.
Those are very worthy words. Now, shall we have another drink while I think about it? Of course, I could just as easily die here. Perhaps the house is going to fall down. In which case, don't you think you ought to be going?
Oh, I'm not bothered about it myself.
Huh?
About dying. I'm not bothered about it.
Oh, strange. But tell me something. What would you do now if you were me?
I'd get up and go out.
Where?
Anywhere. Out.
All right. I'll do it. Hand me my coat. It's over there.
Right.
Oh, remind me to leave these on the mantelpiece downstairs.
What's those then?
Farewell letters.
Oh.
Just in case, you know. Could you give me a brush down?
Oh, sure. I was wondering, would you like me to come with you?
Would you?
Well, I've got nothing to do.
Right. Well, I'll just put my shoes on. There. He died not only with his boots on, but with his pajamas too. Elegant. Don't you think so?
Very snazzy.
Come on, George. Let's go.
Oh, gosh. Oh, not back yet. Hello, what's this? Letter for me and a letter for Mother. Oh. Robin, do not open until after midnight. Oh, how funny.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Have you been in long?
Oh, a few minutes.
Did you have a nice time?
Yes, thank you.
How's Roger?
Oh, okay.
Strange smell of perfume in here.
Well, perhaps it's yours, Mother.
If it was mine, I wouldn't be able to smell it. Come here a moment, Robin.
What for?
Because I asked you to. Have you been out with a girl?
Father would never make me answer a question like that.
Father? Your father? No, of course he wouldn't. He couldn't very well, could he?
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Oh, rather tired. Robin, go upstairs and see if your father wants something to eat. Then you better go to bed. It's very late.
Yes, all right. Well, there's a mysterious letter for you on the mantelpiece.
Isabella, do not open before midnight. Oh, Charles.
He's not there.
Well, he's in bed. I left him there.
He isn't.
Well, he must be somewhere. The bathroom or something.
No, he isn't. I looked.
Charles! Charles!
Oh, dear.
His overcoat's gone. Robin, what do you know about this letter?
Nothing. It was there when I came in. It's from Father, isn't it? It's his writing. I've got one. It says, not to open before midnight. I suppose it's one of Father's jokes.
Oh, Robin, I wish
Yes?
Nothing. I'd better find out what this is all about.
Mother, you mustn't. It's terribly bad luck if you open it before it says you can.
I didn't know you were so superstitious, Robin.
What's the matter, Mother? Mother, please tell me what's the matter.
Just leave me alone, Robin, please.
That taxi driver.
Do you think he'll come back? I gave him enough money.
He thought we were mad.
We are mad. Who else would get out of a taxi and sit in a bus shelter? He doesn't know why. Do you know, my wife and son consider me a lunatic.
I'm cold.
Oh, please, go away. You don't have to stay with me. I'll be all right by myself.
I'm staying.
Why?
What?
Why? I've been wondering why you want to stay. I will tell you that it has actually crossed my mind that you might be a murderer.
That's silly.
Is it? Is it, sir?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes?
You think it's a mistake to think a thing like that?
Yes.
Oh, that's all right, then. Well, I'd like you to know that if you intend to kill me, I'd like you to get it over with.
I couldn't kill a spider.
A lot of murderers couldn't kill spiders. Are you crying?
I'm your friend.
Oh, look, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean it. It just crossed my mind. I'm mad, you see. I'm a big goner. Please don't cry. That's right. Oh, forgive and forget. Yes?
Yes.
What time do you make it?
5 to 4.
Don't be silly.
I think my watch is upside down.
Well, mine's stopped.
She's not going to show up, is she, the old woman?
Well, no reason why she should, really, is there? Probably riding a broomstick.
Nobody about but us.
Mad dogs and Englishmen.
I used to have a dog a few years ago. It was a cocker spaniel. He died. This is the best mate I ever had. He's in the dog's burial ground, you know it?
Not personally. I had a dream once about a burial ground on the Day of Judgment. We all came out of our graves, I remember. We sort of floated up and we had transparent bodies and faces, but we could recognize people. We all lined up at the gate. It was rather like a crowd trying to get into a football match. We never felt anything when we touched each other. There were thousands of us and we never got bumped. It was marvellous, really. Anyway, we all lined up at the gate, and there was, well, you know who, sitting behind a big table with two angels on either side with books of tickets. Blue tickets for heaven, red tickets for hell. Terribly simple. One at a time, we stood in front of this table. We didn't have to say a word. You see, not only had we got transparent bodies, we got transparent souls as well, so it was quite easy for the old boy. Off we went, either to the left or to the right. Blue tickets to heaven, red tickets to hell. The only thing is, I never know which one I got. Because when the time came for me to stand in front of the table and get my ticket, I woke up.
Ah, what a pity.
It's better not to know.
Yeah. I don't think I believe in all that anyway. I think we all came out of the mud and we'll go back into it.
Do you? I don't know. It's a terrible waste of people, isn't it? I mean, we live, we die, so what? There's no future in living, we're dying. It's absurd.
Stupid.
I think they should use the same people over again, like plasticine. Then it wouldn't be quite such a waste.
Yes.
Do you realize you may be the last person I shall ever see on this earth? Oh, electric. If only I knew what I was going to. I mean, what goes on there?
Our brains are too small, that's the trouble. We're never going to know on this side. We've got to wait till we get there, mate.
Nothing happens is the answer. Nothing at all. We live, we die, kaput, finish. Nothing else. No chances. And infinitum.
I think you're right, mate. There's nothing. Only now.
Show me a watch. Yeah. It's not long now, is it? Time's getting on. I want to tell you something, Electric. I want to tell you that one of the best things in my life was meeting you. Another thing. When I'm gone, I want you to live in my house. Never mind what my wife and son say. I want you to live in my house. You're all right. What about last drink? Where's the bottle?
Oh, it's running out.
I'm running out. We're all running out. Tell me something, Electric. Were you always an electrician?
No. I used to be a bus driver.
Mother,
What are you doing out of bed?
I couldn't sleep. I just came down to see if you wanted anything.
No, nothing.
It's 5 to 12. We can open the letters in a minute. Mother, have you been crying? Well, you're not worrying about Father, are you? He's always missing buses. I'll go out and look for him.
Good evening.
If you're looking for my husband, he isn't here.
Oh, he didn't make it then.
I beg your pardon?
We went our separate ways. He said it was better like that. And he didn't make it.
Didn't they what?
Do you think I could come in and sit down?
Oh. All right. Am I to understand you've seen my husband this evening?
We had a few farewell drinks together.
Farewell drinks?
I think your husband was one of the nicest men I ever met. Of course, I don't go out much, you know. I'm really a very lonely person. Your husband was the first person who ever took any notice of me. But then he was a lonely man himself, really. I think he enjoyed talking to me.
What do you mean, was a lonely man?
When he was alive.
Look, I realize you're not coherent, but Do you think you could manage to tell me where my husband is?
Well, that's something we don't know, isn't it? Any of us. We went in separate directions, your husband and me. But I can tell you something. I'd change places with him any day of the week. I don't care about life much, you know. Give me the unknown.
If you don't tell me where my husband is, I shall call the police.
You never bothered about him much when he was alive. Why bother now? It's 12 o'clock anyway, so it's all too late.
Please.
I think I'll be getting home.
Please, tell me what this is all about.
He said I could live here, you know. He said I could live here. But I think I'll go home.
I don't understand what you're talking about. For God's sake, tell me where Charles is.
He left you a letter, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, you better read it. I'll say good night then.
My darling Isabella, how very long it must be since I wrote a letter to you. I suppose the last time was when you were in hospital having Robin. So much has happened since then, hasn't it? So much and so little. I suppose when you married me, you must have thought I was rather a splendid sort of chap. The only great thing in my life has been to love you, Isabella. There's no other woman, never was, never would be. My strange behaviour, I'll explain to you, my dear sweet love. On Friday night last, an old gypsy told my fortune. She said
Isabella!
Charles!
Oh, Isabella!
Oh, Charles! I never thought I'd ever see you again.
Like the bad pen, you know? What's the time?
It's all right, darling. It's midnight.
Yes, I thought it must be. My watch has stopped.
What are you doing?
Changing the desk calendar. It's Sunday. Is Robin in bed?
Oh! I think he went out to look for you.
Good heavens. Look, if anything's... I'd better go out and look for it. You better wait here, in case he has the key.
Charles! Charles! Don't go! The clock, I just remembered it. It's 10 minutes past.
That looks like him down the road. Robin! Robin! He's looking the other way. There's a bus coming up the hill. That face! That face, the wheel! It's her! It's the gypsy!
Blimey, you all right, mate? Oh, I thought he was going to fall in front of me bus. Didn't know I'd give me a turn.
It's my father.
Eh?
He must have fainted.
Oh, you gave me a proper fright, mate. I can tell you, I thought you was a goner.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right, mate, as long as I didn't hit you. I've got a clean record. Had one too many, is he? Come on, then. Let's get you on your feet.
Thank you. I'm perfectly all right. Robin, give me a brush down there.
Oh, okay, mate. And I'll be getting on to the depot and take it easy another time.
Come on, Dad. Let's go home. Father, I lost your letter somewhere in the street. I'm awfully sorry.
It doesn't matter.
We could go back and look for it. Was it important?
Oh, no. Just one of my jokes, Robin. Let's leave it for the gypsies.
Sunday as the Seventh Day was written for radio by Pauline Macaulay. Charles was played by Hugh Burden, Isabella by Fanny Rowe, Robin by Brian Hewlett, and The Electrician by John Hollis. Production for the BBC was by R.D. Smith.